I suppose that you and Dr. Slippery and that young poofter friend of yours have got it all sewn up anyway. I never realised that Paul had that side to his nature. Well, I suppose we are all as God made us. But I think that I am beginning to understand why you sent me that email. It was a cry for help, wasn't it? I thrill to the secrecy of what we have between us. You used me to give you solace from a loveless marriage. Well, what is there now, Estelle? What is there now?
Is he all right?
Not completely, no.
Would you excuse me a moment? Just need to talk to my wife. Edwin has been a very, very naughty boy.
He has. Of course, that's why Pilfrey thought I was coming on to him.
Well, for a moment, I thought you were too.
Oh, for God's sake, Paul, we've been married forever. How could you possibly believe I'd allow a creep like Pilfrey to come on to me?
I don't know how I could believe it either, but believe it I did.
Well, you always were capable of believing 6 impossible things before breakfast.
I suppose I still find it impossible to think that you still love me after all this time. Although, you appear to do so. Right, now I'm going to go and tell Pilfrey that the sexy woman who's been sending him these emails is in fact Edwin. Sure he won't have a problem with that.
Listen, I've been talking to your colleague.
Dr. Pilfrey.
It's okay, I know, I take the point. You have no colleague, no one was here. There's no such thing as an NHS mole, no teenage secret agent. We're not watched. Of course we're not.
No, you're not.
Oh, ho, ho. Straight bat. I like your style. You can level with me. You send in a spy to ferret around. A hard ass. It's okay. I can live with that. And I hear the new line is we all have to spend as much on our drug budgets as we possibly can.
I wouldn't exactly say that.
I.e., you would. I know the rules. Enough said.
Will you excuse me a moment, Dr. Pilfrey?
Surely. See, earlier on when I was, when I said that your young colleague was a poofter, that was just, it's an expression. No offence.
No offence. It's not a word I like, particularly when you've lived very happily with another man in a loving relationship for 16 years. It's the sort of word that makes you a bit tired, but, fair enough.
Fair enough.
Well, what news?
I think Dr. Pilfrey is a little stressed. He seems fixated on the fact that I have a colleague.
You have? There was a young man waiting for Paul with a health authority file.
What, in a suit? Bit of a charity shop number.
That's him.
Rosie, that was Edwin. Didn't you recognise him? Pilfrey, I don't know how to put this, but I think it's possible that you may just have mistaken my youngest son for an NHS inspector. It's easily done because he had the file and... Aren't you a tiny bit amused?
It is quite funny, Ronnie.
Is it?
Well, he's only just old enough to drive a car.
I think you'll find that there are fairly hefty penalties for impersonating a member of the National Health Service.
Oh, come on, Ronnie. It was just a case of mistaken identity.
You've 3 sons, don't you?
I do.
And you bring them all up to be smug antisocial bastards.
Now look here, Pilfrey.
Ha!
What is that ridiculous gesture supposed to mean?
Ask your wife. She seemed to rather like my ridiculous hand gestures.
What on earth is the matter, Pilfrey?
Ask her about her emails, Mr. Smuck.
Ha! Ha! Now, look, Ronnie, you may want to sit down here, but... You see, the thing is, I've always tried to bring up my boys as...
Oh, stop going on about your boys. One of the things that I hate most about you is your horribly cosy little family, but you're also wonderful, caring and sharing
Right,
little...
you little twerp.
Now, stop it, you two. Just stop it.
think you're not a well man, Pilfrey.
Pilfrey not happy. Pilfrey not a happy Pilfrey. Everyone hates Pilfrey. Oh, weep for Pilfrey. Weep for Ronald Evershaw. Pilfrey.
So that's what the E stands for.
So what happened then? Did the men in white coats turn up and stick him in the bin?
We do not have men in white coats, Edward.
It's women now. Equal coat opportunities.
No, he cried. It was really quite shocking. I mean, God knows, Pilfrey's been the bane of my life, and Estelle's come to that, but you don't want to see a chap cry. I felt bad about it, really.
Why do you feel bad?
Well, because I should have seen it coming. Had all the classic signs of hypermania, euphoria turning to rage, high energy levels, loss of judgment.
Oh, of course, you fancied me.
That's not what I meant.
No, I know I'm past my prime.
No, I think you look stunning, Estelle. I mean, when I'm really old, I hope I look like you.
Oh, thank you, Lucy.
Anyway, the point is, the man needed help. He just kept talking about how lonely he was.
Try not to forget, but that last jet cigarette, it was gone, I swear it slipped my mind again.
Where are you going?
Tell him to turn it down.
Oh, for God's sake, Paul.
Why? I've got to get up in the morning. Can you turn it down, please?
You're not the only one who's got to get up. I've got a job too, you know.
No, I know. You're very professional.
Oh, thank you very much. Feel free to patronize me anytime you want.
I didn't mean to patronize you. It's just... I can now remember exactly when it was that we last had sex.
When?
1392.
Oh, for God's sake, Paul, you've got to do something. Or rip my clothes off, anything.
You've already taken them off. Look, I can't think about sex with this bloody music.
Well, let's play our own music. Come on, let's dance. Relax. I want to be stimulated by me.
Well, I can't be relaxed and stimulated, can I?
Honey, can't you see?
We got the mutual admiration. That's why we can't repeat.
Think you deserve a big ovation. You really knocked me off my feet. We're finally #1.
And the reason
Both add up to a winning season.
feels alright.
Feels alright now.
Feels alright now.
Feels alright.
Yeah, it feels alright. 'Cause all I need is you.
All I really need is you.
You know, whenever we
Can you turn that music down, please? Some of us have got work tomorrow.
Right, sorry, yeah, sorry.
Yes, I know. I should have knocked, because you could have been